Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to give you a conditioning workout for kickboxing. I wanted to bring you kickboxing, but I'm really sore from doing an hour run yesterday, so my joints need a little extra recovery time. So rather than pound on them some more, I'm going to give them recovery time by giving you a conditioning workout for your joints to help with kickboxing. So my name's Tracy, my channel is Downward Dog Rising, and I spent 25 years off and on doing Shaolin Kung Fu, so picked up some things along the way on how to do cardio conditioning for kickboxing, so I'm going to share that with you. We're just going to do a light workout tonight just to get your joints moving, and then it really feels good because you don't want to just jump right into boxing and kickboxing. Kind of got to condition your body, your joints, or else you could get hurt. So all good, I'll work with it. Join me, and this is going to be helpful because eventually it's good for cardio, and it's going to have short sprints where you go anaerobic, and it's basically like lifting weights without actually ever lifting a weight. So when you do anaerobic drills, it actually takes you into your fast twitch muscle fibers. And then when you utilize your fast twitch muscle fibers, they're more hypertrophic. And so what happens is you get more developed and you can see your tone without lifting weights. So it's kind of nice that way. You don't need anything. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to have you start off in a butterfly, bring soles of feet together. And then I want you to just start off letting your knees rise and lower, like in your butterfly. So I'm not going to go deep into like jumping jacks and knee lifts and like glute kicks and high knees. I'm not going to do the whole thing tonight. I'm going to be more mellow than that actually, but I will get some movement in there just to get your joints lubricated and warmed up and everything. All right. Now, once you finish lifting and lowering the knees, then I'm going to ask you to slide your hip bones away from your feet and just lift up. And we're just going to do a small little pulse forward over the legs. Just a really small, easy does it with control. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, last one, and we're just gonna hold it here now. And breathe for 10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one leg out to the side, and then we're gonna just take, and we're gonna reach up and over 5 times. And 4, and 3, 2 more, last one, and we're just going to go up and to the side and hold it, and breathe. Just let your side open. Come all the way up. Turn towards your outstretched leg. Inhale, elongate up. Now we're going to do little hinges and just stretch over the front of that leg. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, gentle little pulse. 2, last one. Hold it here and breathe. Stretch up and over that leg. And inhale, exhale, hold. Rise up. Take this leg in, take this other leg out to your side. And then we're just gonna go up and stretch over to the side. Up, stretch over, up and over. And then just hold. Breathing in, breathing out. Just really get the side of your waistline stretching, your low back. Lifting all the way up. And we're gonna turn, stretch, elongate. Now we're gonna do this little pulse. It's not gonna be a strong bounce. You don't wanna tear your muscles or anything. It's just a light ballistic warm up just to stretch easily, lightly, not a forceful bounce. Just to get the blood flowing before you actually hold your stretch. And then we're just gonna stretch up and over and hold a little deeper now. And you just breathe in, breathe out. Try to face your thigh. Breathe in, breathe out. And slowly come back up. Wonderful. Now take this leg. And then from here, just shake out both knees. And then you're just gonna go side to side a couple times. Stretch inner thighs, low back. Side to side. Inhale, exhale. Come back center. And then we're just gonna do this little hinge forward. Kneecaps face sky, toes face up. Now stretch in front, keep breastbone long, stay here and breathe. Press your sits bones behind you. Pull your heart in front of you. And stretch and reach. And stretch and reach. Breathe in, breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and come on back up. Excellent. All right. Bring your legs all the way together. And now this next thing that I want you to do, I'm just gonna stay here for 2 seconds. Can't do it longer. If I do, then I won't be able to walk, so it's not worth it to me. We're gonna walk both legs back. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Okay, if you can, you're gonna sit back, hips over heels, like that, and just breathe for a second. Release those legs. And then I'm not gonna stay like this because I have to work all week and I can't afford not to be able to walk. So my meniscus was torn and never repaired, so I'm not gonna do certain things. Now this next one, we're just gonna take our hands straight to the mat and breathe for a second. Breathe into that low back. Inhale, exhale. And just walk it back in. And then I'm gonna ask you to take your legs straight in front of your body next. And just shake out your knees. And then we're just gonna reach up and we're gonna hip hinge and bounce light, light, so you don't rip anything. 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we're gonna lift up and hold and reach and stretch. Hold a little deeper now. And come back up. All right. All right. If you stand, I gotta come back here so you can see what I'm doing. Take your hands to your knees and do 10 circles in one direction. Okay, now reverse it, opposite direction. All right. Next, I want you to lift one of your heels up into the air, and then I want you to rotate your ankle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Rotate that ankle. 5, 4, 3, and 2. Last one. Now reverse it. Little rotations. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Now switch. Lift the other heel up off the floor. Now do these little rotations. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Reverse, opposite way. 7 and 6, 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Excellent. All right. Next, you're going to take turned out from hip, knees, ankles. Everything turns out. Then you bring your hands to your heart and you hold it for 10. Tighten core. 9. And then 8, 7, and our horse stance, and 6, 5, 4. Notice how there's a straight line from hip to knee, knee above ankle. 3, 2. Slowly come all the way up. Okay, now what I want you to do, we're gonna pull down. Try to keep your foot on the floor. Notice how the ankle bends, toes point forward, and you're trying to keep the heel down, but don't worry if your heel's up in the air and it won't go down, it's okay. And then you're gonna shift, and then this is the knee that sometimes won't bend, so I can't go too low, but let me see. I'm gonna put some of my weight on my upper body, and then you go down to the other side. We're gonna call this our dragon stance. I'm gonna get out of that knee again, and then shift. Just stretching out those joints. Coming back up, we transfer the weight across, and then we shift. Ideally, that heel stays down, but it's okay if it doesn't. It takes time to get those joints to release. I have to put some of my body weight because at that range of motion, I don't want to re-injure the meniscus. So we go to one side. I went into an MRI machine and they're like, you have an abnormal reading. We can't find it. It's not in there. I'm like, huh? What? They're like, it might have torn and was reabsorbed into the body. I'm like, uh-oh. Doesn't sound good. I did spend 6 months on crutches. Couldn't walk when I did injure it. 2 more. We just shift our weight back and forth. And then you want to be able to just hold in balance. Just hold in balance. On this side, I'm not. Just pushing my weight into my hands a little. And then one more time. You're gonna come across and then hold. Getting that ankle to really stretch. Feel that inner thigh stretch. And last one. I'm gonna go back across to the other side and drop. Inhale, exhale. Excellent. Now we come to the center, and then what I want you to do, we're going to stretch and pull downward and just kind of breathe. Relax your shoulders away from the ears. Pull your heart through. Inhale, exhale. And then what we do, we're going to come up and then we're going to turn our foot and then we're going to hug down and just press into our leg for a second. And inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. One more time. come back center. One more time, rotate your toes to face slightly inward and hug. Inhale, exhale, pull through a little bit. Feel the backs of those thighs, your calves, your hamstrings, your low back, your inner thighs. Slowly come back up. Okay, now you're gonna turn, and then you're just gonna hug down towards this leg. And then just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Take a few breaths in, take a few breaths out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more time, breathing in, breathing out. And slowly come back center. Now as you come back center, we're gonna slowly let our legs go out. And ideally you have your knees, your toes to the sky. I'm gonna start to lower down like this, and then I'm just gonna slide. And then toes point up. And then one more time, we're just gonna stretch forward for a moment. Going a little deeper this time. And torso straddle stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. And then maybe you'll just stretch sideways. Inhale, exhale, hold. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, one more time. And then slowly make it up. Then what we do, we turn to one side, and we're gonna go into our front split from our middle split. So we're just gonna turn over. You have to push your palms against the mat, and then you just rotate and then drop. And then you could put a yoga block underneath your body. Inhale, exhale, and then we just take one arm over our head, stretch up, breathe, and then we come back down, and then we take the other arm up over our head, breathe, open those hips up, and then we come back down, and then we see if we can go both. Inhale, exhale, breathe, and then come back down. And then we turn our bodies, we come back to the middle, and then we just rotate and we go across to the other side then. Woo, this is my tighter side. Funniest thing is this was my good side. And then I remember during a class once, I tore my hamstrings a little bit. I tore them, and from that time on, it took a long time to heal. And then they weren't the same. So this is my good side now. It's funny, the knee has no meniscus, but the hamstrings can stretch tighter, deeper. Now we just turn around. I was like procrastinating before I turn. You gotta rotate the thighs, and then you rotate the hips, and you don't force something. If you're not there yet, you could put a yoga block right underneath you. And I'm not here yet, so what happens? When I'm not here yet, I lean, so it'll happen to you too. You'll lean off to the side. So you just try to stay forward. Inhale, exhale, you breathe into it. You could sit on a block. So we just try to keep our hips stable. Part of the reason I can feel that's tight, maybe you can feel your hip flexors tight or your quad. Your hip is tighter on one side, and then just kind of shift back and forth, trying to get into the areas that feel tighter. Make sure you don't let your shoulders ride up either. You have to connect under the armpits so you don't go into the shoulders. And then after going side to side for a bit, you try to stay centered, and then just for a second, just to open up more tissue, you just try to reach up over your head, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then see if it's possible. On the other side, you lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And then I don't feel ready. Now I don't feel ready. I'm gonna come right back out. And then you just bring your legs back together to the middle, and then you just shake out your knees. Release. Awesome. Okay. Next, let's do something for your wrist. If you crisscross your ankles, like that, and then clasp your hands together like this, And then I want you to do little rotations like that. So you just have your hands clasped, and then you just do these little rotations for your wrists. You go in one direction, and then you put on the brakes, and then you go the opposite direction like that. So you're getting into your joints. Awesome. You do those little rotations, come back to the center. All right. And then we're just gonna make a fist by each of our sides, and then I want you to just push the arms back, back, back. So you just push back, and then we're gonna do small circles at the shoulder joint. And then we're gonna do small circles going the opposite direction at the shoulder joint. And then you just come back in. And then this next one, I'm gonna have you do standing. Hands in front, pull through your heart, and then you rise straight up, drive into the feet. Now this next one, I'm gonna ask you to just rotate your torso side to side. So you're essentially rotating around your breastbone, side to side, because we have lots of power from our core and our obliques when we kick. This is why I want to get you into some conditioning so you don't get hurt. There's a lot into it actually. It's not just throwing your leg and kicking. Excellent. And then we're going to do another set of the bigger circles. Bigger circles, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Avoid these big circles if you have a shoulder injury or tear in your rotator cuff or recent surgery. You wouldn't do this. Reverse it. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Excellent. Stretch arms up and then come all the way down and just do a little pulse. Little light one, light bouncing, not big. 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1 and hold. Breathe. And then gently we're going to come all the way down to our mat. Awesome. And then the last thing that I'm going to have you do, I think I already had you do this one where your legs were separate. Try this one where your legs are just like this, they're right on top, and then you lean back when you're just right on top. I haven't done this one in a long time. You go back as far as you can without hurting yourself. And then if you're having trouble going any further back, it could be from tightness from your quads, and I'm a runner, so those get super tight. And then you come back up, and then let's do one more. This is contraindicated with high blood pressure and glaucoma, so I don't recommend it for those reasons. And then if you've done it before, you've been taught, you can do it now. If you've never been taught this before, then I just want you to do a little bridge. So I don't want you to do this whole one of this complete back bend. So here's your modification, no weight in neck. You just lift up your hips and just hang out here as you press hips to sky. You stretch out the hips, the low back, you stabilize your spine. And then we don't have to go up very long. It's a back bend. You do back bends in martial arts. And then you also do back bends in yoga. You take your arm back, and we originally learned how to do these standing up against a wall, but you gotta be careful because you don't wanna just blindly go backwards on a wall. You gotta start at the top and walk your way down so you don't hurt yourself. You take your fingertips and you rotate them towards your ears, your shoulders, and then you have to get ready because you're gonna tighten the core, you're gonna push all four corners of your feet into the mat, and you have to drive down into your palms. And then I always psych myself up for this. I gotta tell myself, okay, I can do this. I'm gonna push down through my shoulders from my back muscles and press firm into the palms, tighten the core to my back, and then I squeeze my glutes as I push into the feet. And then I rise up like that. And you just try to press the tops of the hips to the sky. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm gonna come out, chin forward, bend the elbows, and gently lower down. And then you just hug under the knees so you don't hyperextend the knees. Just rest for a sec. Like I don't go upside down too long with glaucoma, it's not good. And then I just like to know I can still do a back bend, and then that's the only reason, just to get the openness through the hips, the mobility in the shoulders, the stability across your middle back. All right, and then we're just gonna gently nod our chin, scoop the core tight, and roll up. Now take your hands behind you. Let's do some core conditioning, and then we'll do some hip conditioning. So then just wanted to get all your joints loosened up, warmed up. We press into our palms. We lean back. You use your core and kick, pull back, knees to chest with control. You draw in, you scoop the core tight, you press out, leave your chest open, shoulders are down. Use your core. You keep tightening the core in, because you guys have strong hip flexors when you kick. 9, we did 10, here's another set. 8, 7, keep chest open. 6, core is strong. Okay, let's do one more set. Tighten your core to your spine. Getting a foot cramp, woo! Okay. 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Awesome. And now we're just going to take hands up, stretch forward, release your back, inhale, exhale, lift back up, take it back one more time. Okay, we're going to lean onto one hip, and we're going to get deeper into our obliques now. So you open your shoulders, your chest, you lean into one hip, one glute, extend and bend. Think of wrapping those ribs around. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Keep scooping core tight. 2. Okay, let's do another set. 10 and 9. Chest is open. 8, 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, 2. Come in. Inhale. Release your spine for a second. Exhale, lower. One more time. Elongate and exhale, lower. We're going to roll to our other hip. Keep chest open. Remember, keep shoulders down. Extend and bend. Wrap those ribs. 8, 7, and 6, and 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Let's do another set. 10 and 9, 8. Keep working the side of your waist. 7 and 6, and 5, and 4, 3 more, 2 more, and come back in. Wonderful. All right. So now I'm going to have you come on to all fours. Okay. And let's just do a couple spine stretches. So let me just slide this so I'm not facing away from you. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we'll do cow and then cat. And just stretch apart. And then inhale. And just stretch out your back. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Just let your spine release. 2 more. And 1 more time. Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to pick up our leg and then lower it. And you're going to squeeze the outside of your hip and thigh. Lift and down. Lift Squeeze side hip and glute. Okay, now we have 40 more to go. Squeeze side hip and glute. Tighten core to spine. Okay, now we have 30 more to go. Tighten core to spine. Twenty more to go. And now you're down to 10 more to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Turn it around. Or you don't have to turn it around, sorry. I'm gonna do it so I face you. That's what I meant to say. I'm turning around so you can see. So now we start on the other side. So you're gonna go up, lower, down. Keep lifting your breastbone up so the weight doesn't collect in the wrist. You're having it spread across your middle back. Tighten core in. 40 more. Squeeze that hip and glute. Thirty more. Twenty more. Good, final 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, come on back for a second. Sit back, hips over heels. Release your spine. Inhale, exhale. And inhale, exhale. One more time. All right. On the next set, we're gonna take our leg and then we're gonna extend in, down, up, out, in, down, up, out, in, down. 6 more. 5 more. 4 more. 3. 2 more. Last one. Little rest break. So let's do 15 more. 10, 9, 8. I'll spare you from doing 50 of those. 7, 6. Since it's longer lever. 5, 4. Tighten core to spine. 3. 2 more. Last one. Another set. 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one. Now after you bend, come back, sit on your left gluteal, lean to the left, sit on your left glute, and now stretch forward for a sec. Release. So you just sit over that glute, stretch your body forward, inhale, exhale, and inhale, exhale. One more time, and stretch. And then you're gonna come up onto all fours, switch to the opposite leg. So everything, we have control, we tighten our core, we support our spine, and then we're gonna do this other side. So then we go up and out, in, down, up, out, in, down, up and out, in, down. 7, tighten core to spine. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have another set of 10, then 5 more. 10, 9, those ribs keep wrapping. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Okay, we have 5 more to go. 5, 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. You're going to even feel this side working isometrically. Just hold me up. We just worked this glute. So you sit back over that glute and hip. Lift hard and stretch forward. And take 3 deep inhales and exhales. Exhale, release. Woo. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, release. One more time. You're going to inhale and exhale, release. Rising up. Cool. We're going to turn. We have one more set. We're going to come around. Okay. So we did this one. We did up, in, out, down. Okay. Oh, here comes this one. We're going to take our legs straight out to the side. I'm just cringing thinking about it, but we're going to do this. We're going to take our legs sideways, lower, lift, lower, lift. May not seem like much right yet. Lower and lift. Tighten the core to your back. Lower and lift. See how you feel. Let's just do one more set. 10, 9, 8. Tighten your core to your back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more, and last one. Switch, take your other leg. We're going to lift it out to the side, and you just lift and lower. Ready? Maybe do this just to release your shoulders, your wrist, your back. Because it's work, holding yourself up to even do it. I get it. You'll feel it. Inhale, exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, exhale, release. Now come on back up on your hands and your knees. Now you take your leg out to the side. Ooh, okay, we can do this. Lift and down. Tighten your core. Lift and down. You can do it. 8, 7, 6. This is what I mean. You're conditioning your joints. 5, 4, 3, 2. Tighten the core in. 2 more sets of 10. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You could rest anytime too. You know that. 4, 3, 2. We have one more set of 10. You can do it. 10. Rest if you need to. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right. Next, I'm going to ask you to do a stretch. And then I'm just going to have you, let me think about this real quick. Let's do a shoelace, where you crisscross the knees. And you just stay centered for a moment and just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Feel the sides, the edges of those hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe we'll do cow face. Reach palm up the center of your back between your shoulder blades. Reach palm down facing your back. And just sit tall and breathe. Take a couple breaths in, couple breaths out. Opens the heart and lung meridians. Breathing in, breathing out. And again, you wouldn't do big shoulder stretches like this if you've had recent surgery or if you have a tear. You just would avoid it. Probably just do the one arm over your head with support. All right, we're gonna undo the legs. Take hands to mat and just rock side to side a couple times into the edges, creases of your hips. Come back to the center. And then the leg that was on the top is now going onto the bottom. And the leg on the bottom is now going onto the top. And then we just kind of crisscross those knees. Woo. And you try to settle into the hips, sit tall, breathe. Just sit tall, get those hips to release. You can flex your feet for a little bit more support through your hip sockets and your knees. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. And let's do Mukasana. Let's take our arms. Now this arm's gonna, palm goes straight down the center of your back. And this one, palm is gonna go up to meet it. I gotta be careful. I fell twice on the same shoulder when I lost my balance doing a standing balance pose, so I kind of knocked my shoulder weird. So one arm's reaching up the back, the other arm's reaching down the back. And just get your shoulders to release. Cow face. Breathing in, breathing out, sit tall. So I'm just borrowing something from yoga to help stretch deeper. But Bodhidharma did bring these exercises to the Shaolin Temple in China to teach the monks how to defend the temple. And Kung Fu was born. Gently release. We're just going to take one more deep inhale. And then exhale softly, gently. We're gonna release. Wonderful. Woo. All right, we're gonna undo our knees. And then this time, just reach the legs in front and just gently shake them out a little bit. Excellent. Okay. And then I wanna do something for your shoulders, for your upper body. And let's do a set of shoulder taps where we just hold in our plank position. So we're going to swing the legs back, come up to our hands and our knees, making sure you lift up your breastbone so the weight doesn't sink down into your wrists. You take a step back with each foot, you tighten the core. So basically you're going into your plank. If you need a broader base of support, you just walk your feet a little further out, and then you're going to tap one hand to the shoulder, come back, and then you tap the other hand to your shoulder and come back. And you just keep stretching tailbone long so you don't arch the back or compress low lumbar spine. And then 8. Just going to hold for a second. And then 7. Tighten your core. And 6. Making it go a little slower. 5 more. 4 more. Ooh, I got sweat dripping in my eye. That burns. And 3. We're almost done. 2 more. But this is what conditioning does. It prepares you for the more intense workouts. 2 more. And last set. Excellent. And then you bring the knees down. We're gonna bring our knees wider, and then your heels come in, your feet come together, toes come together. And actually, from what I did earlier, my body doesn't want to do that. So you could keep your knees wide if you like. I'm gonna curl toes under, and I'm just gonna sit straight back, my hips over my heels like that. And just pull heart forward and through, and just stretch your body, oppositional lengthening for a moment. Where you're inhaling, and then you're exhaling. Stretch apart. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale, stretch apart. Exhale. And one more time. Excellent. Now slowly just walk your hands in. Lift up your heart. Take both of your legs behind you as you drop your shoulders away from your ears. And then we're just gonna make sure we keep our shoulders down, back. And it's like we're gonna come up into a cobra, where you're gonna just lift your heart, just let your back, your hips release. And just make sure your shoulders avoid riding up and keep them down. Just a little back extension for a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep inhale. Now, we're gonna just come all the way down. Once you're down, reach back, grab one foot. Now just relax your forehead on the back of your hand, and just try to just lift this leg up for a sec. Tailbone stretches away from you. Get the good stretch in the front of that hip and that thigh. And inhale and exhale. And inhale, exhale. Stretch your chest open, your collarbone. And release, extend out. Fold the other arm in. You're gonna reach back, grab your foot. If it's possible, if not, grab ankle. Tailbone stretches far away from you. Protect your low back and just elevate that leg. Stretch the front of the hip. Avoid letting the knee fall outward. And breathe. And breathe. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Get the front of those thighs to stretch and lengthen. All right. And just wiggle hips from side to side. Release your low back. Awesome. Now just slowly let your head turn side to side. Easy does it. And then we're just going to gently return head to the center. And then we're just going to take our hands directly below our shoulders. Curl your toes straight underneath you. And then you just tighten the core in, drop shoulders away from ears, and just shoot straight up. And then walk your feet in. And then that's it. We're done. So we're just going to sit back for a second. And just do a little stretch for our wrist. Woo! Worked up a sweat this workout. Stretch out your wrists. And then do the other side. Good. Excellent. And then we're just gonna lift, open, tilt, Stretch side of neck, easy does it. Return, stretch arms to sides. Feel like your ear tilts to side of shoulder. Get into that sternocleidomastoid muscle on the side there. Relax the jaw, the mouth. Gently come back to the center. And then we're just going to do a couple little shoulder rolls. Up, down, back. Release the tension through the fingertips. 3. And then 2. Last one, reverse. Release the tension through the fingertips. And last one, and this concludes our kickboxing conditioning drills for the joints to strengthen all the joints so you don't hurt yourself. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate you. If you like what I give you with this content, please like. Thanks. Peace. I'll see you soon. I have a long work day tomorrow, so I won't be back tomorrow, but maybe in 2 days. All right. See you later. Peace. Bye. Thanks for watching.